This is the 2021 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Yeast Experiment number 2, Saison. Thank you to our sponsors, Imperial Yeast, 5 Star Chemicals, Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store, Brewing America, all stainless steel mash paddle sponsors. Also Hopsteiner and Yakima Chief Hops. Get brewing.
Everybody, Gary Main Brew Guy again. I'm going to do 2 in one day. Brave man, right? So I have Matt from Wrecked Brewing. He's doing the full pounders. Anyway, Matt has hit all his numbers. Very professional there, Matt. And ended up at 1.005 on the final gravity, fermented at 71 degrees. His yeast is Imperial B64 Napoleon. And I've been anxious to try this one because Imperial puts out some amazing yeast, and I'm not just saying that because they're our sponsors. They really do. Anyway, down the numbers real quick. Brewed 4/22/21, kegged 5/12/21, and canned on 6/8/21. It is now 7/26/21. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if I can do a better pour. Let's see, the glass is all sweaty. It's all sweaty. Alrighty. Okay, we can pour a little aggressive. Other than mine, I think the heads on these have been fairly light and dissipating quickly. Let's get that in a shot. There may be a problem with this camera. I'm hoping it was just fogged up. Yeah, this one seems to be a shade darker for some reason. Not like crazy darker, but just like a couple SRMs, if I could even pick that up for real, is a little darker than the other ones. But that's just an observation. The head dissipates very quickly. Yeah, this one smells a lot like Dave's. The one I just had. Dave Phelps. Just a little more pepper, a lot less pear. So those 2 aromas that I picked up on Dave's, Matt's is just reversed. So the more predominant there is Saison peppery quality, I guess. Pear in the background, a little bit of bubble gum, some sweetness from the malt. Okay, here we go. There it is, a smooth, round mouthfeel. It's got to be the recipe, because that finished at 1.004, and it is just like the other ones, a nice, smooth, silky mouthfeel. Unless that's what the Saison yeast kind of put out. I don't know. Light and refreshing, even though it's a fairly big beer, 7.1%. Certainly doesn't drink like a big beer. No off flavors, no off process problems or fermentation issues there. It's very well executed beer. Yeah, so the only thing different with this one is that I get more of the bubblegum and the clove on the flavor than I do on the aroma. On the aroma, I get more of that peppery Saison quality, and that's not a dig, it's just a observation there. Yeah. Wow. God, this is going to be really, I keep saying this, but this is going to be really hard to rate these. It's pretty amazing how close they all are. Even though we've had a couple of outliers where the gravity was low, or the gravity was high, or the mash temperature was high. It doesn't matter. It seems to have not really changed much. That's so crazy. Yeah, this one's got a little of a candy quality to it, and I think that's the bubblegum thing, but I think the sweetness adds to that a little bit. And that's certainly a product of the yeast, for sure. I don't know what to say. I thought I was going to glean some really strong differences, but unfortunately they're all coming in around the same, which is kind of cool, but crazy and kind of weird at the same time. Yeah, that's really nice. You got to be really happy with this beer. solid. Look how clear that is. But you can see there's not a lot of carbonation coming up off of that. Okay, so as it's warming up, I'm getting a little bit of green apple on there as well. On the flavor, sorry, not the aroma. However, I just wish it was a little more carbonated. It seems to not be that as carbonated as I had hoped. And you can always tell, because when I picked up the can felt a little spongy. And you know when a can is well carbonated, it's solid. It feels solid. This can felt a little spongy. So I'm not sure if it was just this can or the whole batch. But just remember when you guys are doing Saisons, it should be pretty high volume there on the carbonation. And I think that would bring this beer out even more. It's really good the way it is. It would just be so much better with some like appropriate carbonation on it. Other than that, I just, like I said earlier, just no flaws, no process problems, no weirdness going on. The beer is like super crushable. So good. This must have been so good out of the keg. Yeah, you got to be happy with that, Matt. That's really good. All right, guys. I'm not going to ding the yeast for the lower carbonation. There was 2 of them that were kind of low on carbonation so far. That's why I thought I'd mention it. Anyway, yeah, great beer, Matt. Thanks, buddy. On to the next, but another day.